gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time once again for the Johnny Mandolin Show, broadcasting live on City World Radio Network. Tonight we're bringing in a very special guest, a wonderful singer, Lucia Jackson, and we also have in studio Nate Brown, great bass player, producer, and manager. So don't touch that mouse, because we're coming at you on City World Radio live at 44.1 kilohertz CD quality on City World Radio Network. Our theme song, Anello's Blues, bringing us to another Johnny Mandolin Show here on City World Radio Network. We're having a wonderful month here in New York City, broadcasting live. Lots of things going on in the city. The San Gennaro Feast continues on down in Little Italy. Lots of great jazz in the city. Lots of things happening. Of course, lots of things here at City World Radio because we're broadcasting live every day and every night, and we have some wonderful shows for you. And, of course, tonight, after my show, we go out to Los Angeles and Garage Mania with Robbie Russell. And, of course, we have our wonderful engineer, Jade, on the board tonight. So I want to introduce to the audience a wonderful singer, jazz singer, or new album, I should say, out. A beautiful album and a beautiful person, and that's Miss Lucia Jackson. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you so much for
Welcome
having
to
us.
City World Radio.
Thank you so much.
That's great. Your CD is wonderful. It's really beautiful. And let me ask you some questions. How did you get into music?
Well, my dad is a jazz guitar player.
Oh, that helps.
He's actually on the album. He's the producer as well, under his label, Ronnie Music. And since I was a little girl, I always went to his gigs, and I wanted to sing. And so I started singing when I was a little girl. And then I got into jazz when I was in high school. And I really liked it. And since then, I've been singing.
You got the bug.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of it. No, that's great. I think that's wonderful. And it's interesting, too, that you're in jazz, which is my field and the one that we love here on City World as well. It's just such a great medium. Did you study in school? Like, did you take classes in school?
Yes, I took voice lessons and piano lessons back in Spain. I grew up in Spain with my mom. And I started with voice and piano, mostly like pop songs, and when I was a little girl, and then more into jazz. That's what I really liked.
Oh, that's
when
wonderful.
I realized. Yeah,
that's wonderful. There, music in the schools is so important. We really support that a lot here at City World Radio. And so, when did you decide you want to perform? Not just sing, not just be in school, but when did the performance bug bite you?
Well, I guess because I also studied dance on the side. That was my main thing then. I still do dance. I still dance with a company. And so I've always performed on stage with dancing. And I guess with singing, it was just natural for me to go on stage. And
So you were very comfortable performing and singing.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. And Nathan, how did you get involved in this project? Tell me a little bit about how your involvement here.
Well, I also got involved through Lucia's father, Ron Jackson. I started doing arts management, and he was really interested in my services. So he engaged my services for himself and Lucia. He's the producer for that album, Lucia's new album. And that's how I kind of got involved with it.
That's great. And now you had mentioned you are doing work like tours, putting tours together. Tell our audience some of the work you do.
Right. Well, last time I was on the show, I talked about the tours I did last year for my own band. And I got really good response and feedback and really good audience show out to all the tours I did. And the people, and these tours were overseas, and the musicians in New York started taking notice. They were like, "Wow, you did this got set up so well. You know, who are you using?" And I told them, I was like, "Oh, well, I did this all myself." And then they're like, "Man, well, I would pay for someone to do this for me." And after hearing that from enough people, then I was like, okay, you know, maybe the universe is telling me maybe I should like help other people too. So that's how I started.
I think that's great. No, I think that's really good that this has come together. Let's talk about this new album because it's really beautiful. I mean, you did a great design, wonderful picture.
Yes.
Had you been in studio before?
No. It's
No
my
experience.
first time then.
Yeah.
It was last summer. And I was very nervous at first, but it was a great experience and very fun. But it was the first time, yes.
Wow. I think that's great. Yeah, the studio is a whole nother experience that you have to get used to as you go. Well, you know, we're talking about this great CD. How about we hear it? Let's hear something from
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
What would you like to hear first?
We can do the first song, Just One of Those Things.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. This is Lucia Jackson on her new CD, You and the Night and the Music, and the song is Just One of Those Things, and we're going to play that for you in just a second here. And thank you again for coming in.
Of course.
It was just one of those things, just one of those crazy flings, one of those bells that now and then ring, just one of those things. It was just one of those nights, just one of those fabulous flights, a trip to the moon on gossamer wings, just one of those things. If we thought a bit about the end of it, when we started painting that time, we had been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. a town. We had been aware that a love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just. It was great fun, but it was just one of those days.
Yeah, Lucia Jackson. Wow, that was beautiful. Very, I love the up tempo.
Yes.
That's really fun. Hard to sing that, but that was great. You like that song a lot.
Yes,
I can tell. Yeah,
most
really.
of actually all of the songs that I picked from the standards are some of my favorites.
That's great. Yeah, it shows. It shows in your performance. So I know that you guys are doing a lot of things. I mean, obviously you just recorded. You're promoting the album. Are you appearing locally?
Am I what? Sorry.
Appearing locally in any clubs?
Well, we just had our CD release party
wonderful.
last Monday, September 10th, at the Sink Bar.
Oh, nice.
It went very well. We had a full house.
That's a great club.
So that
too.
was the first time we actually performed the album music.
That's
Right.
great.
Yeah.
And you have a tour coming up, I think, right? Or you're planning one?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually got booked to sing in Russia.
Wow,
Yes.
super. Hi, Moscow. Moscow listens.
Yes, actually, I'll be in Moscow, I believe, November 18th. That's when I'll be in Moscow. I will also be in St. Petersburg and other cities in Russia.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of listeners out there, and that's great. Check Lucia Jackson out when she's there. You better go see her because this is great stuff. What kind of music would you record if you were going to do 5 or 6 or 7 albums? What kind of styles or tunes do you think you'd love to do?
Well, I would love to still be doing jazz. I just like to sing jazz.
Any particular style? You bossa nova, samba?
Yes, I like to also introduce a little bit of bossa nova, a little bit of rumba, like I did in this album. I put a little bit of flamenco, which is my original song that we will be listening to tonight. So yes, it just kind of have a little mix around that. Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great that you're versatile in that. And Nathan, what kind of work do you have to do to put a tour together? What kind of groundwork do you lay?
Well, it depends. For a lot of overseas tours, there's usually a agency or a person that's there in that country that we coordinate with that does most of the work. That's the easiest. Here in America, it's easy for me to set up things myself, and we don't need that. But for the tour in Russia, actually, we're coordinating with great tenor saxophone player Yakov Maiman, and I know everyone in Russia really loves him, and he goes all over Russia. So if you're into Yakov, he's also going to be performing on this tour with Lucia. So you should definitely check this out.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. All right, let's hear some more music from the album. This is Lucia Jackson. What do you want to play?
Let's see. Actually, since we're talking about Yakov Maiman, he's on "You and the Night and Music" song, and that's the name of my album as well. And he's a guest in that song, so let's listen to that.
Yeah, this is on her new album. It's cut number 5, "You and the Night and the Music."
Song is in the air, telling us romance is ours to share. Now at last we've found one another alone. Love like yours and mine has the thrilling glow of sparkling wine. Make the most of time, here it has flown. You and the night and the music fill me with flaming desire, setting my being completely on fire. You and the night and the music thrill me, but will we be one? I after the night and the music are done. Until the pale light of dawning and daylight, our hearts will be throbbing guitars. Morning may come without warning and take away the stars. If we must live for the moment, love till the moment is through. After the night and the music die, will I have you? Fill me with flaming desire, setting my being completely on fire. You and the night and the music thrill me, but will we be one after the night and the music are done? Until the pale light of dawning and daylight, our hearts will be throbbing guitars. Morning may come without warning and take away the stars. If we must live for the moment, love till the moment is through. After the night and the music die, will I have you?
Lucia Jackson from the new album You and the Night and the Music. Wonderful. That was absolutely great. Great musicianship.
Yes.
We were discussing earlier about some of the wonderful musicians on here. Do you remember? I mean, do you want to mention the musicians on the date on the CD?
Yes, that'd be great. Well, the quartet is my dad, Ron Jackson, on guitar. Thank you, Dad, for producing this album.
Yeah, thank you, Dad.
I love you. We have Matt Closey on the bass, Iago Vasquez on the piano. He's from Spain as well as me. And then we have Corey Rawls on drums. And throughout some of the pieces, we have guest musicians, like the one you just heard is Yakov Mayman on the saxophone. Then I have another song that I did. It's my arrangement of I'm a Fool to Want You, and it's a tango. And we have Javier Sanchez on the bandoneon and Frederica Krier on violin. And then on my original song, Feel the Love, which we'll be hearing tonight, we have Dan Garcia. He also, and we did this song together a couple years ago. He's playing the flamenco classical guitar, and Samuel Torres is on the percussion, cajon, and congas.
Wow.
Yes.
Some great musicianship.
Yes.
Really good. Where did you record this? Where was the studio?
We did 2 studios, one in the one in Williamsburg,
Bunker?
the bunker,
Bunker, yeah.
and then my vocals we did at the Trading Aids in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Very
with
good.
Chris Sully. Yes.
Very, very good. Sounds like a wonderful recording.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And well, this album was actually possible because we did a fundraiser through an Indiegogo campaign. And we actually raised $15,000.
That's marvelous.
Yes, from
Yeah.
all of our friends, family, fans. Some major help fans that I would like to actually mention. Andrea Siegelman and her husband, Dave. They helped me a lot. Also, Julia and her husband, Dave, as well. And then many other friends.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think that's great. Doing music is expensive and doing CDs is very expensive. So however you can be creative to put it together is a great thing. So congratulations on doing the business side of the Indiegogo promotion. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, most certainly. Crowdfunding is the way to go. There's so many, just like you said, there's so much expense nowadays, and especially with labels that are independent and don't have a lot of money to throw around. So I mean, you have to go with something like crowdfunding through the internet. It's the new wave of what's going on.
Absolutely. That's great. So let's hear some more music. You mentioned that you wrote a song.
Oh, I did. Me and Danielle Garcia wrote Feel the Love.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this we were meeting a couple years ago, and we were doing some flamenco style songs. And this particular song, I wrote the lyrics for my brother, inspired by my brother, and that's how this song came.
Great. Let's hear this. That sounds wonderful.
Can't you see the light that shines in you? Feel the warmth around you. Forget what's wrong. Can't you feel my heart still with you? Hear the voice inside of you. Embrace this song. If I could cross that wall and hear your heart speak for only once more, step inside your mind, make you realize that you're the thread that holds what we built so strong. Don't let it go. Keep holding on. Slowly reach and see. That's our nature. Not perfect after all. Feel the love. Let it take you home, where your past remembers and your future hopes for more. Guide that love where it should belong, next to your emotions, next to what we once called home. Wherever I go, I know I feel you close. I feel the love. Feel the love. Let it take you home, where your past remembers
Lucia Jackson. That was wonderful and original. Huh?
Thank you.
That's wonderful. Have you written a lot of music, or is this your first one?
No, there's a couple songs that I wrote with Daniel Garcia, actually, but we only decided to bring this one to this album. Hopefully, in the future, with future albums, I will definitely do more original songs.
That's wonderful, because there's a lot of great singers who don't write, so that's nice that you do both. That's great. What kind of things do you see in the future? Are you thinking, obviously you have your tour to Moscow or to Russia. Anything else that is on the horizon? Another album, perhaps?
Well, definitely that. And also a big project that we have in mind that we've been trying to plan is that I will bring singing and dance, because I'm also a professional dancer. That was my main thing until I released the album. I studied at the Albinelli School. Wow. I graduated from there. So, yes, and I worked with a dance company, and I've toured the world as well with them. But now I want to bring both of them together.
I think that's great.
Yes.
That would be wonderful, yeah. I always love dancers. I can't dance a step, but I do love watching them. The first jazz album I recorded ever was called For a Dancer.
Oh.
Back when we were doing vinyl.
Wow.
But I love dancing. I've been to New York City Ballet several times, and and I just love to see any kind of dance, especially because I just really can't do it. It's pretty embarrassing, but anyway. Well, this is great. Let's hear some more music. What's one of your favorite tunes you like to play off the album?
Well, I really like this arrangement that my dad, Ron Jackson, did of the Beatles song "And I Love Her." And we did and I love him.
Nice.
And it's a very nice ballad that he arranged. So I would like to hear that one.
Let's hear that.
I give him all my love. That's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love him too. And I love him. Me everything, and tenderly the kiss my lover brings, he brings to me, and I love him. Love like ours could never die, as long as I have you near me. Bright as the stars that shine, dark is the sky. I know this love of mine will never die, and I love him. Love like ours never die. As long as I have you near me. Bright as the stars that shine, dark is the sky. I know this love of mine will never die, and I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love
Beautiful, beautiful job, Lucia Jackson,
you.
with Ron Jackson, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there could be better than that. And it's nice, just guitar and voice. That's
Yes.
such a great combination. Beautiful job.
Thank you.
Nice job. An interesting rendition of that song, too,
Mhm.
because the Beatles, of course, had a big hit with that,
Yes.
and other people have covered it, so that's great. Tell me about your CD party at the Zinc Bar. What'd you do?
Well, we did this same tunes, and it was really amazing. I didn't think there was going to be that many people. We were actually trying to find extra chairs to sit more people around, and it was a very good night. I think people really enjoyed it. Yeah.
That's great.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Zinc Bar is a great venue for jazz, and we have a lot of listeners who are not from New York, and the Zinc Bar is a jazz club, old school jazz club in New York, in the Village, Greenwich Village, and hosts some wonderful performers. You see some great jazz there, and it's not a real big place, not a concert hall. It's just a great jazz club where you can hear wonderful performers. And if you're visiting New York, you definitely want to check out the Zinc Bar, because that's a great place to be,
Right.
among other wonderful jazz clubs in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of the reason why we had such a great turnout is going back to the crowdfunding campaign we did. It's tickets were built into that, so people that donated money, they would get a copy of the CD, copy of tickets. So we already had like a whole lot of pre-sale tickets, and so that was also a big plus.
Mm-hmm.
Big plus.
Well, that really helps because people are vested in it.
Exactly.
They like own part of it, so to speak, and they take it personally, which is good, which is what you want. You want people to embody and embrace your project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Super. Well, what would you like to play now? Let's hear some more music. We're listening, by the way, to Lucia Jackson, her new album, You and the Night and the Music, and you're listening to City World Radio, broadcasting live from New York City.
I think Issues, which is
yeah.
an arrangement of a pop song by Julia Michaels. I think that's a pretty cool version that we did.
Let's hear it.
I'm jealous, I'm overzealous. When I'm down, I get real down. When I'm high, I don't calm down. I get angry, baby, believe me. I could love you just like that, and I could leave you just as fast. But you don't judge me, 'cause if you did, baby, I would judge you too. Now you don't judge me, 'cause if you did, baby, I would judge you too. 'Cause I've got issues, you got them too. So give them all to me and I'll give mine to you. Bask in the glory of our problems, 'cause we got the kind of love it takes to solve. Yeah, I got issues, and one of them is how bad I need you. You do things on purpose. You get mad and you break things. Feel bad, try to fix things, but you're perfect. Poorly wired circuit, and got hands like an ocean. push you out, put you back in. 'Cause you don't judge me. 'Cause if you did, baby, I would judge you too. You don't judge me. 'Cause you see it from the same point of view. 'Cause I got issues, you got them too. So give them all to me and I'll give mine to you. Bask in the glory of our problems. 'Cause we got the kind of love it takes to solve them. Yeah, I got issues. And one of them is how bad I need you. I got issues. You got them too. I got issues. You got them too. 'Cause I got issues. You got them too. So give them all to me and I'll give mine to you. Bask in the glory of our problems. 'Cause we got the kind of love it takes to solve them. Yeah, I got issues. Ooh. You got them too. I got issues. You got them too. I got issues. And one of them is how bad I need you.
Very good. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's a great tune to cover. Very nice. Yeah, we're talking about your style. You have many different style, or you can approach many different styles of music and do them well.
I try.
Yeah, you succeed. And did you? How did you go about picking these songs? Like, what did you sit down and just make a list of the songs you love, or?
Yes, mostly that, and then I wanted to, in that list, just make them a little different, each of them, make it interesting. So all the songs are some of my favorites on the jazz book, and then I just decided to do different arrangement for each of them. So have a Latin piece and a flamenco piece. There's a tango arrangement that I did of "I'm a Fool to Want You" that we will be listening now. And there's a Spanish song. Just little different things for each song.
Oh, I think that's great, and it brings your music talent and your jazz talent and your background and all the things you, I'm sure, learned and got to understand in Spain. So there's a lot that comes into an album.
Yes.
Very good. Well, let's hear that. Let's hear what you did with this.
Okay.
I'm a fool to want you. I'm a fool to want you. To want a love that can't be true. A love that's there for others too. I'm a fool to hold you. Such a fool to hold you. To seek a kiss, not mine alone. To share a kiss the devil has known. When I would need you. back. I love you. Pity me, I need you. I know it's wrong, it must be wrong, but right or wrong, I can't get along without you.
Very nice.
Thank
Wow,
you.
Very emotional.
Thank
The
you.
tango.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
That's actually I got inspired to. Well, I learned to do tango a couple years back, and I got inspired to do an arrangement of a song in tango, and that also led me to do the dancing thing with. I imagine this song with dance, and
Sure.
so maybe for the future.
No, that's
Right.
great. That's really, really well done. Excellent. I was going to say, we've had a lot of artists and musicians and singers on City World Radio and on my show especially. And so everybody brings to the mic their own personality. And we've recorded hundreds and hundreds of interviews. And so this goes on as one of the great ones as well. So I'm glad to have you on board here.
Thank you.
Here
Thank
at
you
the
for having me.
studio. And that's wonderful. Again, we're talking to Lucia Jackson and her new album, You and the Night in the Music. Marvelous musicians, including her pop. Her dad is on here, Ron Jackson, and others. And just a marvelous album. Well worth the effort, money, and expense it took to make it and to buy it.
Yes.
So that's wonderful. All right, we have time for another song or two. What do you think you'd like to play?
Let's do the Spanish song. I only have one Spanish song in the album, but very nice one. It's a duo with my dad. Yes.
And which one is that?
Toda una vida.
Okay, track 12. Here we go.
Toda una vida me estaría contigo. No me importa en qué forma, ni dónde, ni cómo, pero junto a ti. Toda una vida te estaría mimando, te estaría cuidando como cuido mi vida, que la cuido por ti. No me cansaría de decirte siempre, pero siempre, siempre, que eres en mi vida ansiedad, angustia y desesperación. Toda una vida me estaría contigo. No me importa en qué forma, ni dónde, ni cómo, pero junto a ti. No me cansaría de decirte siempre, pero siempre, siempre, que eres en mi vida ansiedad, angustia y desesperación. No me cansaría de decirte siempre, pero siempre, siempre, que eres en mi vida ansiedad, angustia y desesperación. Que eres en mi vida ansiedad, angustia y desesperación. Que eres en mi vida ansiedad, angustia y desesperación.
Very beautiful. Very
you.
beautiful. Love it.
You know something, Lucia? I always wanted to ask you. Well, I know this song in particular, "Toda Una Vida," was from Latin America. But was this something you were exposed to growing up in Spain?
Well, actually, my mom heard this song a lot. A lot of the music from Latin America is played in Spain. It's very famous. And she would hear this song a lot. And I, of course, growing up, and then when I was trying to do a Spanish song for the album, and I was looking for songs, and I came to this song again, and I said, wow, this song is like, my mom used to listen to this song, and and it's a beautiful song. So that's why.
One thing I just love about this album is how authentic you are with everything on this. It all comes back to part of you, part of growing up in Spain, or part of you here in America, or part of your dance career. So I really love how authentic you are with you on everything, on this entire album.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Really good. And you're going to go far. You're going to do a lot more, but this is a great start. Really good start. We're coming towards the end of our show, Johnny Mandolin show here on City World Radio. And, of course, I want to thank Lucia Jackson for being here, and also Nathan Brown for stopping in and being part of this show. And I do have a few announcements to make before we leave the air. I want to remind everybody that this Thursday, the 20th, at Cha-Cha's, which is a great restaurant in Little Italy, 113 Mulberry Street, the great comedian Mike Marino will be performing. Mike does Italian-American comedy, and it'll be broadcast on Italian-American Radio Live. That's this coming Thursday at 7:30, September 20th, at the San Gennaro Feast. And also on the 23rd, there's a very important blood drive that Bill Russo's hosting, help raise awareness to do a blood drive. So those are all things to put on your calendar, all in Little Italy. Thank you so much for supporting that. And we want to close out our night with a song by Lucia, and also a very important question: will you come back?
Yes, of course.
All right, that's really good. I'm glad you will, because we're going to definitely want you back here as you write music and as you perform and do more and more for the
Thank you.
for the music career.
You can find all my music on iTunes now, Amazon, Spotify. Also go to my website, luciajackson.com. That's LuciaJackson.com, and you can follow me.
Absolutely, and you should, because I'm sure you're going to be doing a lot more wonderful things, a lot more great things. All right, thank you for listening to the Johnny Mandolin Show. We're here every Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back next week with more great stuff. We're going to close the show with what?
Beautiful Love, number
Beautiful
2.
Love. Thank you so much, Lucia Jackson.
Thank you.
Thanks, audience.
Beautiful love, you are a mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented till you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise, searching for love, my dreams to realize, reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? Beautiful love, you are a mystery. my dreams to realize, reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? Beautiful love, you are a mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented till you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I roamed your paradise, searching for love, my dreams to realize, reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come? Oh, will my dreams come? Oh, will my dreams come true? True, true, true,
If you served honorably in our nation's armed forces and you're looking for a way to continue serving your fellow veterans in your community, then join AMVETS. Each year, AMVETS members volunteer millions of hours at VA healthcare facilities from coast to coast, helping to improve the lives of their fellow veterans through the VA Voluntary Services Program. AMVETS posts and departments also participate in a wide variety of community service projects, ranging from Americanism in our schools to supporting the Special Olympics and Boy Scouts of America. If you no longer wear the uniform today, you can still serve